morning, everybody. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. The sun is just coming up over the Pennines, and I'm heading down to South Yorkshire, Rotherham in fact, and it's going to be about 130 odd miles. So that'll be fun, but at least I'm not in the Mini this time shouting away at the GoPro. I can actually hear myself think. Before I start today's video blog diary thing, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Kevin, the gentleman racer. Probably, well, it'll be 3 weeks ago now by the time you see this, but he gave me a shout out on his channel. He has 1900 subscribers or something like that, and as I said, he gave me a shout out and told people to come and have a look at my channel and follow me, and as a result the number of subscribers I have went up 1,000%. Is that right? I'm not, maths isn't my strong point. It doubled. It went up from 100 to 200 virtually in 24 hours. It's now up to about getting on for 250. I picked up a few yesterday as well, so thank you very much to Kevin. And go and have a look at his channel. I will stick a link below in the description box. He's on building a rally Mini for, well, obviously for stage rallying. Looks a quite interesting build. He's obviously got a bit of competition history. He helps out with his mates in various rally cars, does a bit of spanner and that sort of stuff. But he's having to go to the Mini now, so that'll be quite interesting to see what he does and how he does it, and what engine he comes up with, which is always my interest. So thank you to all the new subscribers and everybody that's commenting away. It does make it seem worthwhile when you're churning out these videos every week. It can be quite easy at times when there's a lot happening to constantly chuck them out, but when it's quiet it's not so easy. The other thing I should mention is that last night's video that went up last week for you was the video of the sort of first start of Karen's car, Sheldon Cooper, and at the end of that I stuck on a few bloopers from when I kept cocking up my exit speech or outro, or whatever the proper terminology is, and everybody seems to like that. So all these outtakes that you never see, and there's a lot of them, I'll stitch them together at some point. I'll start saving them from now on. I haven't done it previously, so that I'm not going to go back through all the old videos and find out all the bits of footage I didn't use. But what I'll do is I'll stick them together at some point and make a bloopers compilation video and see how entertaining it is before I post it, but that's the plan anyway. Porsche power. Right, the reason behind today's trip down south, well, it's not really down south, but you know what I mean, is to go and collect a short motor that's going to go underneath Bumblebee. So I can't go and call it Bumblebee's new engine because it's going to get confusing, and I can't add it into the existing Bumblebee's new engine series of videos. And because this one's a little bit special, I think I'm going to call it Project X. Now, I'm not going to give away in this first video exactly what I'm doing. Suffice to say, it's a higher spec short motor. It's had a lot of work done by Fast Carl and Carl Austin from Force Racing. And it's the same CC 1293 as the existing motor under Bumblebee. I'm going to stick in the cam, the new 8-port cam I got from Mini Spares, which is less racy than the one I have in at the moment, and it's got bigger dish pistons, which will drop me compression ratio down to, ooh, the sun's coming up, down to a much more sensible value. It's almost, I think it'll be the value of what like MPIs and stuff like that were compression ratio wise, as opposed to my stratospheric levels that I have it at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll do a bit of video blogging as I'm driving down the road today, and I'll probably leave the actual review, is that yeah, the review or whatever you want to call it, of the engine until I get it home and get it on a stand, which will probably be tomorrow because I'll be knackered by the time I get home tonight. So I'll run through the actual specification of the short motor tomorrow, which will be the latter part of this video. But today is just going to be a few bits to camera as I'm driving down the A66, A1, M1, etc. And I might do a little bit of footage as I arrive at Mini Spares, but we'll see. That is the plan, but as always with my videotaping, things don't always go to plan. I get caught up in the moment and forget to videotape anything. Well, it's not videotape, but you know what I mean. So I shall update you anon. And that sun coming up is going to be a real bugger because it's going to be right in my eyes. But it's absolutely beautiful out there at the moment. So I'll catch you in a bit. Well, that's us at Scotch Corner. Just in the last couple of miles, we're running into a big
miles, straight on A1M.
Bank of thick fog. Doesn't seem as bad here on the A1 South as it was on the A66. So it's obviously going to slow us down a little bit depending on how bad it gets. But yeah, always makes for interesting driving. You can see who's got the lights on and who hasn't. Right, I've arrived in Rotherham. That fog burnt off, so I'll dig out the guy's number and give him a ring and see where I need to be exactly. Okay then, that's the engine picked up, short motor picked up. I'm now about to rejoin the M1 and head north. I'll call into Mini Spares North, see Rich, and just get some bearings and stuff for this engine. They looked fine. One of them had a tiny little mark on, but for the sake of 40-50 quid or whatever it is, I might as well just chuck a set of bearings in it just to be on the safe side in case there's a little bit of dirt got in there somehow. But yeah, M1 North. Wobbly camera. Well, I said before, I might as well go to Mini Spares. So we're just not far from arriving now. Don't know, half a mile away. So yeah, I'll go and see what parts have got for me. I'll get some bearings and various odds and sods. Right, So that's it, off home now, and I'll do a proper intro inspection of that engine when I get home tonight. You're going to wave Ridge?
We have got that one in. Got the rig.
There you go, famous Ridge, another one. Well, that's it. Home at last. It's 1:45. So time for a brew and a sit down and something to eat before I start looking at that engine. But successful trip and a good old natter at Mini Spares North as per normal with Rich. Right, so this is the engine short block that I bought. As you can see, just by looking at it, you can see it's had some work. It's 1293, so that's plus 20, same as the existing engine in Bumblebee. Omega 18cc pistons. Obviously you can see the centre main strap there. It's had an oil fed thrust washer conversion. You can see evidence of that there. Apparently there's a little hole in the back and it somehow it magics oil onto the thrust washer, so if you're running a really strong clutch diaphragm and heavy duty clutch assembly, it doesn't kill your thrust as much. Shouldn't be an issue for me because I'm not going to be doing that. Rods have all been balanced and lightened and had some weight taken off them to make them all lovely doubly. What else? Obviously the crank, you can see crank's had a lot of work. It's had about 1 kilogram of weight taken out of it, so it flies against the high spec cranks at the moment with the big counterweights. This is more of a small counterweight version, although they're still not too bad. You can see them there compared to the big webs that the fancy cranks that you can get now have. But those fancy cranks cost more than I paid for the whole of this. Yeah, so it's all lightened, balanced, smoothed, hardened. You can just see how lovely and smooth it is. There's no sharp radiuses anywhere on it. It's had a lot of time and effort gone on to that. If you can see down in there, it's got oil squirters for the pistons. BMW oil squirters apparently, and what happens is they've got a 3-bar threshold, so as soon as the oil pressure gets above 45 psi they'll start squirting oil. So when you're doing high revs and all that sort of stuff, high load, high oil pressure, much oil squirting out of them to the underside of the pistons to keep them nice and sweet. So that's about it really. It's MPI block, so oil filter goes in the front there. It's had a normal alternator on, which is why that's been drilled and tapped with that bracket there. These are the normal MPI mountings there and there. Obviously no dizzy drive. I think these holes here are for mounting your coil pack. I just need to gen up on what these ones are because there's obviously something gone out of there. So I just need to do a little bit of research and see what's what. There's something out of there. That I think that one is the pressure sender, but I need to check all that sort of stuff. It's got a Turbo Dave alloy front plate on it, or back plate to some people, whichever. And the whole engine's maybe done 100 miles at most. It's been MOT'd. It's done a few trips around the country lanes, and that is it. When we took the cam out, because I didn't need the cam, we had a look at the triangular plate that goes on the cam there, and there's hardly a mark on it, so you can tell it's hardly been turned. So that's the base unit for Project X, and then probably the next video there'll be an unboxing video, and that'll give the game away as to what I'm doing. So that's it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.